those anymore.
Yeah, that stuff does get me going sometimes. Big winner last week with Mr. Holman again. He's kind of on a roll this year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Good for me.
Wow.
You
Man.
can't let the attorney win, come on.
Hope he's doing as well with his bookie, so.
Read something where some Clemson fan made a $8,600 bet for $8.60.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, Marvin, I do have one voucher to be signed during business. There's nothing on there, but it was late on Friday when it come through.
Okay.
You got pins again?
Yeah,
Man.
What do you do, take them home?
Oh,
Well,
he's got,
there's that Manhattan one, there you go.
he's got Vicky at home, he's got Ron here to take care of him.
yeah.
I've given him a pin here in recent days too, but geez.
I'm not giving,
Generally, I've been keeping them in
I'm not giving the ugliest pin in the world back to you. I like
No,
outright.
no, you gotta have that one.
I like outright as well.
You got one of those green and yellow and
Those
pink
things
ones
ride
too.
nice.
Yeah, they do.
I like color, right?
Yeah.
The way I write, I need all the help I can get, so.
I was sitting over where I had my wallet and everything like that this morning, and I just picked the wallet up and didn't pick the pins up. It is now time for the meeting. Pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, all,
Good morning.
and all that. Trust everyone had a good weekend. Julie, bring us the news.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, just got a short update for you this morning. I don't have numbers as of today yet, so I'm going off of Friday's numbers. So as of Friday, we had 2,111 confirmed positives. Out of those, 82 are considered active and 2,018 have recovered. We have had a total of 16,755 negative tests in the county so far. Our percent positive has been on the decline for the last 6 to 7 weeks. I don't have last week's percent positive as of now, but we will have that later this morning that we'll push out with our news release, and we'll put that on our Facebook page and the website as usual. I just talked to Bob Koppel at Ascension Via Christi. They have one COVID positive patient in the hospital right now. We are offering another free testing day on Thursday, November 5th. We're looking at the Northview area again, but that is still to be determined. So we'll finalize that later this week and then push out that flyer later this week. We still have our screening line available. The nurses are getting anywhere from 20 to 30 calls a day. Swabbing station is still available in our parking lot. They're seeing about 10 patients a day come through there. We still have our Gmail account available for anyone with questions or concerns. And we see quite a few emails come through every day, but it's very manageable. Other than that, everything else is the same. We're still doing press release Monday, Wednesday, Friday with the Facebook update on Wednesdays with that pre-recorded video. And then I'm doing K-Man updates every Thursday at 7 a.m.
Any questions? Okay, thank
Any
you.
questions?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Leon, anything?
Not this morning.
Okay, thank you. Greg, anything?
I had a comment on parking garage. Can I wait till then or? do I
No, you can comment now. gives you your time here to do it, so.
Okay. Greg McKinley. I just had a few, I was at that meeting Friday or Thursday about the law board. And building, it just looks like over $200 a square foot sounds like a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen the actual estimate. Have you seen where the all
Yeah.
is going? It just seemed like an awful lot to what was there. And I didn't know, because then somewhere it says something about the agreement with the city. Have you got something worked out with the city of how they're gonna charge you for the portion of the building you're getting?
I don't know that's,
Yeah, that'll be coming up at 9:15.
yeah,
So
yeah, so we'll
Right,
see.
that's what I was, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's just, it says in the review, it says for an agreement with the city, but I don't know that you have one yet. That's still, so I didn't know if you were approving the whole thing or just approving the design now. It just had a couple questions on it.
It just to decide if the commission even wants to move forward on it. That's all it is today.
Okay.
All right,
yeah,
thanks.
thanks, Greg.
Thank you. Appreciate you taking part in doing something ahead of time. Okay. Commissioners' comments. John?
Yeah, Thursday, let's roll back to Thursday when it was not snowy and warm going into the afternoon, but not so much the evening. Zoomed the last meeting of the Manhattan Area Recovery Task Force. Got an update from USD 383. Obviously, lots been going on there. Kind of went through an explanation of where they're at and why. K-State gave kind of an update on where they're at, both kind of logistically and with the virus. The city kind of gave an update on a few things too. Vern gave an update from the Greater Manhattan Community Foundation on the nonprofit side of things as they're kind of rolling through the back end of that and trying to get through the applications there. And several other smaller entities gave an update, and we got kind of an update from the chamber on where they're at with the Spark business funding that we're working with. So just basically mostly a catch up and then just kind of a discussion of where to go after that, and continues to be a conversation, obviously. Thursday evening, I attended the Tri-Valley chapter of the Kansas Society of Professional Engineers legislative night. It's a big long term there. They had this at the Midwestern Car Collection Museum. Finally got the chance to go in there. I've been trying to get in there right before February, but as you can tell, that didn't work out very well. It was so nice to have just a in-person type event and dinner. I had the farmhouse cater it, so it was good. Got a chance to walk around the museum. That's just really, really cool. Just an absolute gem to the community to have that here. And I know they moved some stuff in and out and around, but just really, really cool. It was a really good night. Everybody was nice and well behaved and following protocols, and nobody was really complaining about anything. And there's candidates from all the different races and stuff there. I think it was just me and Commissioner McKee from Polk County that were there on the commission side of things, but really good event. Had a lot of fun with that. And of course, Saturday, K-State, big win over that school to the east, keeping that beautiful governor's trophy here in Manhattan where it belongs. Not the best of day to probably be out and about. They said that the game was pretty well attended given the circumstances, obviously, so that's good as well. So other than that, just kind of hung out over the weekend. Well, it wasn't the greatest weekend to be out and about, and really didn't have much else to do. So that's all I got.
Okay, Ron?
Yeah, I sure had a guilty feeling this weekend with the game Saturday and the game Sunday. Sure took a big bite out of everything I was getting done, but it felt good to kick back and relax. And I'm sure glad that the USPS is working well with the clerk's office on the election, on the ballots and things, because what they're doing is forsaking other people to do that. Once again, I read in the paper, about somebody complaining about one of them boxes being full and all that, never happens and stuff. We run across it occasionally on Village Plaza. I've got to go somewhere else because it's clear full mail falling out. The worst thing I've been to the post office, I don't know how many times just recently, they don't bring my mail. So I'm on that USPS mail delivery system, so every morning I see a picture of everything's gonna be in my mailbox that night. And for some reason, they stuck me with some route that goes to western Kansas, I think, because they service everybody else on Anderson. And, you know, like I told you before, over on Annenberg Circle, there was 5 families mail stuff in one box, including mine. A couple weeks ago, or last Monday, I went over and had to get my mail personally because I don't know what happens. The person delivers between 4 in the afternoon and after 8 o'clock at night. Well, Saturday I go to get my mail, and I got 2 other families' mail in my mailbox, and I don't have any mail. And so it's just a continuing thing. It's just a disaster, but I'm glad we're taking care of the county. That's an important thing. So, yeah, it's just a mess and don't know what to do about it. I've talked to the superintendent or whoever the guy in charge, allegedly, and of course that don't go anywhere. So after reading the article in the paper, I got the name of the regional representative. So I guess I'll have to try to go there and see what can be done. I have no idea why the postal person has to sit on Anderson with the 4-ways on, talking on the cell phone at my mailbox for 10, 15 minutes at a time. One time she said, well, I have to call in when I'm at my last drop. Maybe, but I, pull off the street to do it. But no, it's just a mess over there. So now I got to go over again. Hopefully they can find my mail that's supposed to be in there Saturday because, if they whose box they put it in, the person could be the one that's thrown away. And not sure I'd get late charges on anything because I didn't get a bill. So once again, hope to see someday we can get that straightened out. And so that superseded what I was going to mention to talk about this morning. So I'll end there.
Okay. Thank you, Ron. Well, it was kind of quiet for me on the week, and I appreciate you and I know you like where the engineering society went. I've been to several of those before, and so they're pretty cool. Anyway, kind of quiet weekend. The game went well, and so all should be wonderful in River City here, and so that's where we're at. So, okay. Whatever we have on business meeting, sir.
Yeah, gentlemen, I do have one accounts payable, one for $277,166.74. It's Blue Cross Blue Shield payment, what it is.
Oh, okay.
I can get a motion on that.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thought that amount might get your attention. Happens every month though, unfortunately. Ready for the minutes when the board is?
Okay, here we go, guys. Page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7.
I do have something on page 7. I'm going from memory because my laptop is acting up. But that's the one that has the executive session.
Yeah.
Right below the voting box under my admin time there, Rich.
At least when I look on my laptop, it does not show the time we came back into executive session, just 10:30.
Okay.
Says it in the motion, but yeah, it didn't say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, page 8.
Move to approve the minutes as amended.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
The tentative agenda look, gentlemen,
Fine.
Yep, we're good.
any items for next week's press conference?
I don't have anything. John, you have anything?
I don't have anything.
Huh?
Your election thing will probably take care of everything, so. Okay, so,
I'll do that for sure.
yep, it'll be exciting. Going to see how many and how many coming in and went out.
Yeah, never as many come back as we sent out, that's for sure. But the overwhelming majority. Next gentleman, we have Robin Cole at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
You guys got that request for a hearing in response to the notice from Knoxville Police, so.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have to go to the clerk's office or whatever to be?
Yeah, I'll have to go through a couple of different channels, I think, probably.
On what one?
Oh, the one on the, somebody received a notice from Knoxville Police Department.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Hearing.
working on that.
Okay.
I gotta do that right now.
You know, something went around a week, 2 weeks ago on Facebook about noxious weeds, and somebody else has figured out what their problem and this and that, and what is it, and you know, the state has a set of noxious weeds, and the county is obligated to eradicate it, period. So it's just, it's not the county decision. There you go, the Manhattan Brewing Company's ribbon cutting. Do tomorrow.
No, I gotta work. I do need to go over there sometime and check it out. And I haven't gotten around to doing it yet. So I will eventually.
I talked to him. I didn't.
Well, I will at some point. I got it.
Well, I hope everything's gonna work out.
Oh, I destroyed my phone Friday.
Uh-oh, that's never good.
No, Mary called and the hands are slick as sawdust. I'm trying to fish it out. And of course, when it falls, it has to fall over the roof possible.
Yep, on a corner, on the side, and just crack.
So now I have to relearn everything.
Oh, you went and got a new one, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Springtime.
I was due and, my contract was up or time was up and everything, so. Well, I did it for $149.
Yeah.
New super whammy, so double the capacity and all that. But they just changed enough little things in there that I gotta relearn.
Well, you can load it up with campaign ads and you can forever have them.
That makes you.
They're really spending the money on those this year.
Yeah, North County. There's a lot of people out here, so they may do that.
I'll tell you, the media, after the election, there's gonna be a huge drop in their income. Wow.
I know.
Yeah. Unless, of course, we get that asteroid next Monday or Tuesday, next Monday.
Her dog met me first. And he licked me to death. She said, oh yeah, I had to sign on it. I thought you did a sign on it. A lot of them. I said, I wish I would have had a picture of me. Another place that had relaunched was, and they came and then we stopped. I thank the owner for not trying for going ahead and feeding them first.
That's one place that was going to build a big dog.
Yeah, I want to just you work for me.
He's not friendly. Okay, that's good. Good to know.
So other than that, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I didn't give him more things to do, unfortunately.
Yeah. We got a whole list of stuff that we're putting on.
Yeah.
Rich, it's too late now. I don't know how you'd ever find it, but on Facebook yesterday, I laughed for half an hour. We've had it, been able to print it off. It's a lengthy thing. A farmer got this wild idea. The deer would come in and eat with the cattle. You know, they can be close enough that they actually touch the feed sack. You know.
Oh, really?
So we got this idea with his buddy. The rope
I
on
know.
it, and then put some over his head there, but feed it, fatten it up for a couple of weeks and then butcher it. So he roped it. He said, the cows, they know what a rope was, so they stepped back, he got the deer. He said, that's when he found out. A deer is stronger than a colt or a cow. gashed his head open on the rock, drug him quite a ways.
I told another guy, I said, I don't
He
see.
got his feet braced and he got his senses back and he's trying to hang on to the thing. His buddy's put one end around the tree. And he thought, well, you know, you can't just turn the rope loose, probably strangle. So he's trying to get it in the chute, you know, and in the squeeze chute so he can get the rope off. Anyway, he said, you know how hard a deer can bite? He said, a horse will just nip you. He said, when a deer bites you, they shake their head. He said, I was already shaking. And he said, he got the rope off. He said, you know, I was deer to defend themselves. They were up on their back legs. And he said, I turned the rug, hit me in the back of the head, knocked him down. He said, they don't understand that you're down. So they said, that's when they jump on you and fall. He said, at the end, he says, now I know why hunters go buy a gun. And I was really true to it, but it sure, it looked like a real deal.
If it was true, it'd been nice to have a video of that.
Yeah.
Those wild animals are strong. and
Oh,
tough.
yeah. They may look dainty. Yep. No, Saturday, my son was there, you know, he, the deer started to get wanting food every hour.
Uh-huh. Demanding.
Yeah, and so Sweetie Pie comes up with a young one at 2 in the afternoon, or whatever it was. And so I walked out and I said, oh, just a minute. Go in and got a cup of green. He stepped out and she wanted to get in about, oh, she'll carefully, I walk slow, keep talking. You know, maybe 3 or 4 feet from her nose.
Uh-huh.
And she get her head down there close to the cup. And as soon as I pour, as soon as I turn around, she's face down in it and don't look back up until she eats about half of it. And he was videoing all that.
That's unreal.
I told Mary about another week or two, I might try pouring some in my hand, just to see.
That'd be neat. I think we could eventually get her. Microwave her on?
Yeah.
Since you live out in the county, did you get the county to plow your driveway?
Do what?
Get the county to plow your driveway,
Well,
since you live in the county.
if I was, if I'd ever hit that there oil truck, what I was gonna do one time is have Shelley come out. And I was gonna have my son, we were gonna put a Raleigh County logo on the paving machine and pave the whole thing all the way to the shop and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. For armoring us. No. Finish up the house and kick back and sit in there and watch the snow. Watch all the pileups on Anderson.
Yeah. Don't get up till 9 o'clock on Mondays and Thursdays.
Well, the old fireplace felt good last night, Ron.
Oh, I bet. Mm-hmm. I sure miss it.
Got a call from my father-in-law, actually step-father-in-law, but up in Oldsburg. He's just visiting. He lives around stuff. I don't know how he does it, but he got some logs down to his place and he got them all chopped up, big trees, you know, because they're like us. They just heat all with wood. Conditioning, I don't know how the heck he does it. He did it, but anyway, he called me because I called last week to see if he could come over and split wood for him, you know, so. That's all I'm gonna do. My wife and I'll do next Sunday, split wood all day for him, get all his done for him. I'll clean out his chimney. That I called him last night. He left a message on the phone. My wife said I missed it. Said his chimney needed cleaned out too, so I told him I'd get up there and get that done for him Sunday too. So, but Darnell and I, we can whip out a lot of wood splitter.
Yeah, it's kind of shame my splitter's sitting there and I got, it's all totally redone and I don't use it. I mean, I got $501 in the cylinder. I mean, Caterpillar does it, they do it He said, well, we would have known going on splitter, we did it like it was on capital.
Morning, Robin.
Morning.
Yeah.
I think I'll have some power.
But this splitter.
Morning.
How
How are you? Yeah, it is a little chilly this morning, isn't it? Yeah.
And he'll split anything.
Came fast, or seems like it anyway.
Twice, I scared myself.
They're a little slick this morning, yeah.
Well, I should,
Boy, when that broke, I mean.
you know, the roads are good.
Holy.
It's the
moly.
sidewalks
It
and
was
parking
two-stage
lots.
pump, and it's,
That's,
like I said, brand
It was a
new.
little- Yeah, it was a little slick up here in the
Sits in the shop.
Tuttle Creek Shopping Center up here. A little slick.
I get the urge that, I gotta take the trees down around the silo
and being
and chainsaw
outdoors,
probably
this
start
feels like
to see
something
the-
to wear,
I'm not
because
gonna
it's
buy a
cold out.
chainsaw.
Yeah.
and so of course I want to take it off.
Yeah.
You know, somebody get hard up or let you hack her.
It takes a good week or so to kind of adjust. Doesn't the time change this next weekend? It does, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Next,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Saturday.
So you get
I
that
don't mind burning back.
extra hour right this time?
Any soft-
You get an extra
Well,
hour back?
you might
First thing
say
about it is
that,
you get so much ash
but
so
you,
quick.
anyway, you fall,
And that's
it's
not
fall
burning
back.
right now. You
Okay,
feel
so
fire
you-
and it's full of ash already.
you,
It's just
You gain the extra hour.
exposed, you know, black focus.
So they say.
walnut,
My
you know,
time
they
doesn't
can burn
matter to
Several
me.
fires. and
Oh, yeah.
still-
I wake up same time. It's not a problem.
There was a furnace about many years ago. I think it had a good draft, and I think anything real like that, after ag, I think it sucked it on out.
Oh, really?
I don't know, but, that X-ray, I could burn quite a while, quite a bit of wood before I had to dump it, but then you can already pick that little pan up, it's so condensed.
Right. Yeah, no, it felt good last night in the house. I was sitting in shorts, and cut off t-shirt and hot.
Hi, Robin.
Good morning,
Morning.
old man.
Weeks, yeah, whether
Yeah,
you want to be or not.
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Our parking lot is, I'm over at Houston Street,
Hmm.
parking lot was pretty slick this morning.
Kind of rained a little bit yesterday and missed it a little bit yesterday.
Missed it all day when I was out
Okay,
there
Ron.
yesterday. It was.
Morning?
Time to get up there, it'll be time.
Okay.
It is time.
Well, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
It's a cruel joke outside, but here we are anyway, right? So I do have some good news. On October 17th, the president signed into law the National Suicide Hotline Designation Act. And what that did was that it created a 3-digit number for suicide prevention and mental health crises. And so that 3-digit number is 988, which, you know, we all know what 911 means. And it's, that's a number that I think is well ingrained into all of our psyches. And my belief is that 988 will become as well known as 911, and that it will indeed save lives. And so all telephone service providers across the United States will be required to direct 988 calls to a suicide prevention lifeline by July 16th, 2022. So that's very exciting news. We're very glad to see that this is coming. You're probably aware that Senator Jerry Moran visited Pawnee on October 9th. And his visit was to announce that we had received our second USDA Rural Utility Service Distance Learning and Telemedicine grant. That the first grant we received was in November of 19, so just a little over a year ago. That grant was for $495,488. And then this second grant that we received in October was for $832,505. So it brings the total award from the USDA to $1,327,993. This award allows us to purchase equipment to expand telehealth services to Jewell, Mitchell, Washington, Republic, Cloud, Clay, Marshall, and Potawatomi counties. In other words, 8 of our 10 counties. And those 8 counties are the counties that are either frontier or rural or densely settled, densely populated rural counties. And the 2 awards are a part of an initiative of the USDA to benefit rural residents across the United States. So what we'll be doing is, in addition to placing equipment in our own offices, we'll place equipment in the local county health departments in the counties where we're not open 5 days a week. Because, you know, there's not enough demand in all of the counties for us to have an office open 5 days a week. In some counties, we're open 1 day a week or 2 days a week. And so what this equipment will allow is for the residents of those counties to have access to Pawnee Mental Health Services every day of the week that their county health department is open, even if Pawnee Mental Health isn't open. The grant also provides equipment for Riley County and Geary County so that we can use or can provide those telehealth services using our own staff in Manhattan and Junction City for serving the other 8 counties. The other thing the grant will do is it purchases laptops for our community services staff in the rural counties so that they can provide those services out in the communities. So this is probably, certainly in the years I've been executive director, this is the largest award we've ever received. I would have to go back to see if we've ever received an award that exceeded $1.3 million for purchasing of equipment. And I don't know. I suspect I would be hard pressed to find that we'd ever received an award such as this. Another bit of exciting news, and this is really hard for me to believe, is that a week from Wednesday, or November 4th, our CSU, our Crisis Stabilization Unit, will have been open a year. And I still remember when we were just talking about this as a concept, and then once it was no longer a concept, but there was actually money and support for that, the time just has gone by so fast. And if you remember, the Goldstein Foundation gave us a $200,000 matching grant to help cover the startup costs of the CSU. We had been awarded a grant from the state of Kansas for $750,000 to start the CSU up. But the costs of starting up the project were a little over $1.1 million. And so the Goldstein matching grant challenge gave us an opportunity to raise the additional $400,000 that we needed to pay off those startup costs. We recently received an award that pushed us over the requirement of raising $200,000 in order to draw down the full $200,000 from Goldstein. The Sunderland Foundation awarded us $126,315, which took us over the top, which then satisfies the remaining startup costs of the CSU and allows us to draw down the full $200,000 that the Goldstein Foundation awarded us. So really good news, and we're very, very pleased that we can announce that. On another note, last week on Monday, October 19th, we began offering an 8-week course called Freedom from Smoking. This course is being offered over the lunch hour by Zoom, and it's funded by a grant through the National Alliance on Mental Illness. This is a closed group, and so people aren't able to join it now that it's already started. I think today will be the second class of the 8-week course, but we will be offering additional classes after the first of the year. And so if there are people in the community who are interested in getting support to stop smoking, I would encourage them to go to Pawnee's website, which is just pawnee.org, and look under the tab for news, press, and information, and they'll be able to find out more information about freedom from smoking.
That's 8 weeks, you said?
It's an 8-week course, yeah. In addition to that, with the holidays approaching, every year on the Saturday before Thanksgiving, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention hosts an event on Survivor of Suicide Loss Day. And this year, that will be November 21st, again, the Saturday before Thanksgiving. For the last several years, we've been offering an opportunity for people who are survivors of suicide loss to gather together in our 3 main offices in Manhattan, Junction City, and Concordia. This year, because of COVID, we'll be conducting the event through Zoom. And so it will be from 10 to 11 on Saturday, November 1st. Again, that's the Saturday before Thanksgiving. There's more information to come just regarding the Zoom site and that kind of thing, but I would encourage people just to get that on their calendar, especially individuals who have experienced a loss because of suicide. And then the last thing I'd like to just bring to your attention is that last year we started what was our first major community fundraising event. It was Driving the Dream is the theme, and it's a 3-year initiative. Last year was Driving the Dream, Responding to Needs. This year is Driving the Dream, Building Healthy Communities, which is what Pawnee's role and responsibility is across our 10 counties. This year's event will be on December 1st. Last year we had the event Driving the Dream, and the Dream Collection, Dream Car Collection it was the perfect venue for such an event. This year, of course, because of COVID, we will not be holding the event live or in person, but we will be holding it through Facebook Live. We are going to be providing an opportunity to interested individuals to hold small watch parties in their homes, if that's something that they're comfortable with. So if anyone is interested in either attending the event or potentially in holding a small watch party or in sponsoring the event, they could contact Di Henriks, who is our development manager, and she can be reached at 587-4300. So that's my report.
You've been busy.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Good stuff in there.
Yes.
Thank you, Robin.
Very
And we're
good.
working on trying to get some technological advances on the broadband and wireless side to help back up those teleservices, and that's
That-
difficult.
That is the other part
Yeah.
at this point.
Mhm.
Because without the broadband, we can have all of the best equipment in the world, but there are still going to be limits to what we can do. So it really is a 2-pronged approach. There has to be the buildup of that in order for all this equipment to work. And I think that in our state, that is just taking on increasing importance.
Yes.
I think we were about a 3 to 5 to 8 year period to start with, and then with this pandemic, it just kind of picked it up and just tossed it right in our lap.
Yeah.
So it's something we're gonna have to work on pretty quickly.
Yeah, I agree. And I appreciate hearing that. So,
Okay.
okay.
You have a good rest of the day.
Yes, thank you.
Stay warm.
I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna try to stay off the ground too.
We'll see
Literally.
you tomorrow afternoon.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Next one, I'm up to present the recommendation for law board on RCP substation.
Your support crew be here then? or-
Yeah. So Marvin's support.
Oh.
Board chair.
It's not lost on me that you called out the rule and responded to the needs of people. So I saw that. I saw that and knew it was you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There was a neat car show on the other day. It was called Junkyard something. It's where this guy goes around to different junkyards looking for old hot rods that can be fixed up and focused on no parts. You'd enjoy it because he was going to this junkyard, found the Super B and found some different ones that can be fixed up, you know, that were well gone, you know. But it was all on Mopars. It was interesting. And he knew them because he knew exactly what he was looking at, what motor should be in it, and
All that.
transmission, and
Yes, it's time.
okay, gentlemen. You gentlemen are familiar with this project. I know RCPD came to you and gave the PowerPoint presentation on why they believe they need improved facilities for an RCPD substation in the Aggieville area due to the amount of activity they have down in Aggieville and due to the constraints of the current structure. So I'm not going to go through and read the entire commission agenda report. Hope you guys have had an opportunity. In a nutshell, we spend $10,500 per year for rent there. It was passed unanimously by the law board to recommend that the board pursue an agreement with the city of Manhattan for an RCPD Aggieville substation due to, as I said, that PowerPoint that you saw from the RCPD staff. The law board did agree unanimously not to proceed with the training room, so that's off the table, not even part of the presentation today. So they just would like your guys' approval for Riley County staff to sit down with city staff and work on an agreement similar like we did, Ron, with the facilities at the Denison Fire Station. We were working on that for the ambulance. And so the amount of money is $443,820 plus an additional, it should be less than $9,000 for substation design cost. I'm just kind of a numbers guy, and I know your guys' primary concern, I'm sure, is numbers. And so just thinking about it, and I've done some number crunching. If at $10,500 a year in rent, if we did that for 40 years, and we say we get an agreement for 40 years, that's $420,000, and you've just rented the facility, and that's if rent doesn't go up. So that's another way to look at it. I know the other issues the board has had, is having that as taxable space, space that's on the tax roll, but those are just all things for you guys to consider. Monetarily, over a 40-year period, it would be about the same time for just renting.
Comment.
Yeah, comments, go ahead.
Well, number one, considering if the sales tax issue passes in the election, the city is taking a great deal of money away from the county over 10 years. And we have 137 miles of hard surface, 112 miles of gravel, 409 miles of township roads, 138 bridges, 12 of them have to be examined every year, 473 culverts. So, taking that money away is going to cost taxpayers additionally in their property tax. I noticed that TIF now it started 10th Street. I noticed just from 10th to 11th, I don't know what's on all of them or how many multiple, there's 40 lots. So this is the benefit Aggieville. Well, what do Raleigh County residents want to pay an enormous amount of money to help Aggieville? That should be a city function, number one. Number two, after we spend the 400 and some thousand, is there a monthly rent will be on top of that, for that space?
Those are all details we have to work out with the city agreement, but no, I would not believe so. I don't think Clancy or either one would be favorable to that type of agreement.
Well, okay, there should be no rent if we would decide to spend that kind of money for that, because on the TIF, county is helping pay for that parking garage. Probably a great deal of money, depending on how much the property appreciates over a 20-year period. The county will be investing a lot of money in that parking garage. I don't think the county should be saddled with, since it's a benefit to the city of Manhattan, 87% to 90% of the RCPD work is in the city of Manhattan, so I don't want to saddle county residents. The 400 and some thousand would be a stretch. The benefit, once again, is just to the city of Manhattan, number one. Number two, primarily Aggieville. But then the city points out, well, they have security for the garage. Okay, that's a benefit to the city of Manhattan. So right now, I would spend money, provided the property owner where we currently rent would allow it. I would put bullet-resistant glass in and a one-way film on there and leave it as is, and any additional expense would have to be borne by somebody else. But if I'm pushed and prodded and stuff, that 400 and some thousand for that space would be it. I absolutely would not entertain any rent on top of that, considering we're paying an enormous amount of money over 20 years for the parking garage itself. And the city could take the rent money out of what the county mill levy is on the difference on the property value.
No, I don't believe the city would intend for us to pay rent if we work out an agreement to pay for the facility.
At this point, I'd like to see something, it says, recommend that we agree to proceed with the construction of it and per an agreement with the city of Manhattan. So I'm not gonna sign off or approve anything right now without seeing what it involves.
I think you're right.
I agree with that part. I've got a lot of reservations here, even with just the substation part of it. My question was, well, we're gonna have to pay rent on top of that too. So that's one of my questions. My second question, I already know the answer to it, but I'm just gonna ask it for purposes of discussion. We're on the hook for maintenance for that. Right.
Oh, yeah,
So it's in a parking garage that is basically city and Aggieville related at this point in time, but we are on the hook for any maintenance. Somebody throws a rock through a window, crashes a car through it, a fire, whatever. We're responsible for everything, replacing it at that point in time with whatever cost that's going to be on top of it. So basically, we're on the hook for the maintenance and the liability of that particular space.
Yeah, and if we were gonna be involved on this, the inside, the walls, the inside the parking lot, the outside walls of the substation in the parking lot, to me, would be easier if they were just concrete instead of, and then we just finish it off that way. But and that would take the cost down.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen the plans exactly how they're gonna construct it. And I'm like, great, that's a bunch of money per square foot, even for commercial.
I would also contend that we've just spent $1.5 million on facilities for RCPD, needed facilities, and we're not done yet.
Right.
We still got some accesses. We still got a cost to vacate the leased property that we were on. And there's maybe other unforeseen construction costs incorporated with the building of the building that requires
Additional
that.
electrical possibly,
Correct.
the water line itself,
Correct.
actual cost
Right.
of the construction.
Yep.
Price of steel, price of materials can go up between now and as that's being constructed, so on and so forth. So that's, in terms of where we're at infrastructurally, not even just roads, but that's part of it too. And I hadn't even thought of that. I think we've got some other priorities right now that $400,000, $500,000, I think would be far more appropriate. We need an ambulance. We need to figure out how to do that infrastructure and get it done right, not just as in a facility, but just overall for the county. There's quite a bit of cost involved in that. Yeah, I got a lot of reservations here, even with just the substation. And that's just where I'm at.
So, and the reason for the law board and the city's request is, for Jason Hilgers, they do plan to turn dirt, remove the parking lot in December of this year.
Mhm.
The precast materials should start arriving in March, and so that's why they're wanting some type of positive affirmation or otherwise on if the county wishes to proceed with that.
Yeah,
project.
and I would like to see a little bit more on their architectural drawings, how that's supposed to be constructed.
Well, that's what they're asking for. I mean, if we decide to proceed, it's gonna take some number less than $9,000 to go further with that design. They don't have that design.
And that's
If-
on
if
top.
you- If you want that design, it'll cost the county some money. Because they had sent the bill to RCPD and RCPD said, well, that's a county bill. It's,
Well, once again, the sticking point is as they point out, it's for the benefit of the city and the benefit of Aggieville, not for the benefit of Raleigh County. We have a RCPD, we have a police department. We don't need a substation and people for the county residents sitting down in Aggieville. That's for the protection of the garage and the protection of Aggieville. And I don't think every night is an event where they have to have a lot of RCPD wandering in Aggieville. I think we just have special events. So I can't see spending that kind of money at this point. And with the COVID-19, if it goes all through next year, if it worsens, there could be a larger rental space available in Aggieville that the county could rent from the landlord, maybe on a long term, like 10-year, 20-year. And it's for a lot less money. Number two, I know there's ideas of approximately how much this TIF would involve over the 20-year life of the TIF. Okay, we know the current mill levy of the county, so we'd have an idea of what the total dollars would be over 20 years. The city could take a few thousand out of the county's money if they wanted to fund a space there. But we're already funding a parking garage in Aggieville, the county residents are. That's a given. I mean, that's a done deal. So right now, at best, I don't know if it's even worth spending somewhat less than 9,000 just to draw the thing, just to look at it, because I have no idea what the agreement would be with the city and all that. So I need more information. We're gonna start in December, but we could have a future meeting here. They can get the paperwork and stuff together, come back in and present it.
yeah,
I want to see something other than, the city wants this.
Or we want to work with the city on this at the,
so you want more details on what type of, what length of agreement would be to use the space, and after that agreement's over, how to proceed?
Yeah, I think
Plant, that's something I think
we
Clancy and I
just
could-
In other
need a
words,
consensus. You just need a consensus from the board, or you need a motion to do that?
Just direction from the board,
Okay.
For Clancy and I to meet with city staff to work out
Yeah, I
a little
think-
bit of the agreement type details for you guys. Keep in mind, you guys aren't approving, at least I haven't heard that you're approving, design, because you're saying you're wanting to have more information on design. If you want design, you're gonna have to spend some money to get additional design detail.
I'm not at this point in time.
Yeah, because basically, if we're gonna deny it and stay where we are down there, then I don't really, I mean, it's not much money, but it is taxpayers' money, so I agree with Commissioner Ford. I'm not willing to do that this time. I guess basically the motion is move to deny the action today.
Yeah, if you, well, do you want to deny even Clancy and I meeting with staff on the agreement? If you're saying you do not support the parking garage in the Aggieville's, parking garage, the substation Aggieville parking garage, then
I'll give it
we'll
the
stop all
opportunity.
discussions.
I'll give the opportunity to table this right now until we get
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
a few more
That's the
details.
best
and then make a
option.
final
I
decision.
second that then.
We have
Okay.
as much information
Then
as we
all-
possibly can.
All in
so-
favor?
Aye.
So,
I'll set up a meeting and have Clancy involved and get a hold of
Yeah.
Jason, and we'll contact city staff and see if we can work out some preliminary details anyway.
yeah,
It needs to be fair to the county.
But just so you guys know, it will not have, I want you to be clear, it's not gonna have any
Right.
additional information on design of the facility, because you
Right,
haven't
right,
approved
right, agreed.
expenditures for that. Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
you bet.
Next is time for press conference.
Okay, press conference. I wonder who that would involve.
Actually, a few people today.
That might be the
Just
easiest thing.
today.
I was just looking at the list, you know, all the projects that the city and county work together on, worked very well. And even one that's not on here, you know, the city had us pave the airport right out there and do the drain the day before they annexed it. And I mean, so we've gone out our way to work with.
And I think you're probably right with the comprehensive plan and future development down there. There'll be another space that might be a little bit more practical and fiscal for what, for this particular purpose.
Yeah, I think this is just being a little hasty. I mean, because there could be businesses go out of building that, you know, normally they usually rent fairly quickly. There's always.
Yeah, I give us a
we're
little
going
more.
to
There's a lot
try,
of
but-
turnover, but you know, there's something leaves and something pretty much moves right back into it.
Yeah, and I think they should have had the plans already with architectural drawing presented to us, exactly what they were thinking.
Well, just conceptual,
Yeah,
nothing else.
right,
but-
you know, and doesn't help us a bit. Well, Mr. Hobson, by the time you get there, it should be ready for you.
Quicker than you thought.
Yeah, and it is ready for you. There you
All
are.
right. Well, come on up, Alvin. Okay, 1, 2, 3, about right there.
They've been social distancing, I think, for probably many years
Doesn't
now.
even have him on camera.
Yeah, you gotta get on the camera.
You gotta get on the
Get
camera.
that bright orange on the
All
camera
right, come
there.
over here and.
Well, the social distancing, that's without a mask, so.
Yeah, I know where it's been.
All right, there we go.
All right, well, good morning, Commissioners.
Good
morning.
It's always exciting when an employee from your department is recognized for their hard work and dedication. Last couple weeks ago, we had the annual Kansas County Highway Association meeting, and Alvin Perez was honored with the Kansas Highway Official of the Year Award. Alvin worked 21 years in Brooks County, 5 years in Republic County, and the last 8 years in Riley County. We decided he has something about those counties that start with an R. Alvin became a certified public manager in 2016. He currently serves as our operations manager for the county, which includes overseeing the operations of the gravel, asphalt, traffic, bridge, and fleet crews. As the 2020 president of KCHA, Alvin determined early on it was going to be a trying year. With COVID-19 looming, both spring and fall conferences, in-person conferences were canceled. Alvin arranged to hold both of those meetings via Zoom and successfully guided them to completion. We congratulate Alvin Perez on his achievements, and we're proud to have him as a co-worker. Congratulations, Alvin.
Speech.
Big words, big phrases, big adjectives.
Well, it's kind of like I said when I got it. Of course, couldn't speak when I first got it because I think there's other people out there more deserving of this award than I am. But it's been a long 40 years. I enjoy what I do at the county. I like the challenges it poses, the work that we get to do, and knowing that it's helping the taxpayers. So, and I thank Leon for giving me the opportunity to be here. So, and you folks too.
We need a picture of you though.
Yep.
Sit right
You
here.
got a camera?
Gotta have a
You
camera.
got a phone, don't you, Leon?
Sit right, and then turn around the other way. And the commissioners can be.
So I take my
We'll
vest
peek
off.
over
so I
your,
don't-
we'll peek.
No,
over your-
just tell Leon you're
It's pretty bright.
smiling.
It's pretty bright. I'm smiling.
Taking that on just for good luck.
Smile now.
Yeah.
Smile.
I am.
All right.
You
Thank
can
you,
scare the
Leon.
mice
Thank
away
you,
on
Alan.
public workshop.
Thank you guys.
Congratulations, Alvin.
Thank you.
And, oh gosh, it's Leon again, huh?
Just like a bad thing.
Yeah, well,
That's why you decided to join us in person today.
No, the first one was why I joined you. The first
Okay.
one. This one I would have done over the Zoom. All right, well, good morning again, commissioners. We just want to let you and the public know that there's a structure replacement project on Fancy Creek Road that is scheduled to begin Monday, November the 2nd. Project is located approximately 1/10 of a mile east of Peach Grove Road. Fancy Creek Road will be closed to through traffic during construction from Peach Grove Road to Weeders Road. Project is expected to be completed by Wednesday, November the 4th, weather permitting. If you have any questions concerning the project, please give us a call at 537-6330. Thanks. Questions, comments?
no,
Okay.
okay, thank you. Rich Fargo next.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Want to remind everyone, first and foremost, that tomorrow is, October 27th is the last day to apply for a ballot by mail. And that just simply, that is state law, but it's due to the time constraints, for getting the application received and then getting the ballot out and being able to get the ballot returned to us in a timely manner. So it is included in this election, which is November 3rd. Remind everyone that we have advanced voting hours all week at the courthouse office building from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're also open next Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon, and then by state law, close at noon on Monday, November 2nd. This week, we will also have hours at the Kansas State Student Union at the Bluemont Room, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. No hours on Saturday at Kansas State Union, but they are open next Monday, 10 a.m. to noon. Encourage everyone to, if you've received a ballot by mail, to get that in the mail ballot box or one of the 7 drop boxes that Riley County's provided throughout the community, which there's 3 in the city of Manhattan and 1 in each of the small cities. We've had favorable reviews on having those out there, and people can also just walk them directly into our office. But with the ballot by mail, I want to remind everyone that they can be returned to any polling place on election day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on November 3rd. So people have the option, of course, to go vote in person on election day, November 3rd, at all the 29 polling places that we'll have throughout the county. But you can also drop off your ballot by mail at those locations. So far, including in-person advance voting and mail ballots returned, we have received back 8,071. Just on Friday, we received 1,500 late in the day from mail service, plus what we picked up at our drop boxes. And so we got to work till at least 1 o'clock on Saturday processing those ballots. So we expect the large influx of ballots being returned this week. And that's good because that'll hope alleviate some pressure at the polling places, which is really the intent due to the COVID pandemic, making the big push for the ballots by mail to reduce the pressures on the polling place, to help social distancing and help eliminate large groups of people together in one location. Of course, all the polling locations, we will have the appropriate PPE equipment with masks, asking everyone to participate in the election to wear a mask, and also hand sanitizers there as well as cleaning the equipment after each voter. Any questions?
Well, I want to thank you for promptly mailing out our ballots, you know,
Yeah.
because like I say, if I'd have waited till the 27th with what's going on with my area and the post office, it might take till election time just to find out whose mailbox mine's in, so. I appreciate it, they, all three didn't come at the same time, but, we've got them and I'll be hand delivering them back this afternoon, so.
Yep, appreciate that. Yeah, we've had a steady flow of traffic of people just walking ballots, even though there's one drop box outside of the front of the office, a steady flow of people just walking right in the front office. We have that ballot can on the front counter for people to drop off ballots and put them in there. And it's amazing how many people really look for that I voted sticker too. They want their I voted
Yeah.
stickers.
Now, there should have been one on each of them ballot envelopes.
Yeah.
And we do have the I voted stickers there on the counter as well.
Yeah.
So appreciate everyone's participation in the process. Like I say, if people do have those ballots by mail still at home, I encourage them to hurry up and get those filled out and get those either in the mail or at one of the drop boxes or in our office as soon as possible. That way they don't have to worry about any delays. And for the primary election, we actually received very few ballots after the timelines for them to be accepted, which is the Friday after the election week. We can receive and accept those ballots as long as they're postmarked November 3rd, as long as they get into our office by then that next Friday. So that's a good thing that's required and allowed in state law as well. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
thanks.
Ruth.
Next, gentlemen, you have Clancy Holman, 945.
Okay.
Classy edit.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
How long, Clancy?
We talked about 20 minutes, that was before
Okay.
you were the last item on the agenda. I guess you make 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Play tonight, John.
Oh crap, I forgot. Chicago and forget. Chicago is one of them.
The new furniture working out good for this football season.
It did on Saturday. I actually went out. I had some friends come into town and
Yeah, you said you're gonna.
yeah, so and it worked out well. It was, we went up to RC McGraw's. It wasn't busy or anything. But overall, yes, it is.
Let's get some defrosters there, Mary.
Yeah, that is a problem, I'll tell you. Go to the store and you gotta grope your way around.
I know, cold weather.
Try to remember wording on someone says what he said.
Well, I did too. I was thinking about that. This will be.
We got 13 too, they've had fluffy turkeys fighting the deer now for the deer.
And there's a lot of turkeys out in our area,
Really?
a lot of turkeys, yeah.
I haven't seen more in like through the year, or one or two, and all of a sudden last week, they all found.
Population was down last year, but there's
Mhm.
several large groups around our area.
And I haven't noticed, much for acorns, so I suppose the deer and turkeys are gonna be doing a lot of fighting there at my place.
Ours, we got a fair amount in our area.
That's what you said, but I never noticed, kind of a lean year for my place.
Yeah, the squirrels are very happy. Doggone Bobcat's happy, he keeps getting my cats, I lost another cat.
Oh, really?
Me and that Bobcat are gonna have a meeting.
Rams, Chicago and the Rams, I think tonight. That's who it is.
Yeah, it's been going on for 2 years now.
Mhm.
I gotta solve that problem. Luckily, I know how to do that.
Yeah, I've got enough population around, so that was unique, when that one jumped over the dog's fence and grabbed that squirrel and jumped back over. Give my son a treat,
That'd been neat.
but normally we don't ever see them and haven't had no trouble with them.
Seen a red fox floating around over on Scenic Drive, coming home from work on
Yeah,
Friday.
there's a lot your way. I like
Yeah.
that fox.
Oh, I
see 'em
do
around
too. You
town a
can do, I
lot.
mean, they just stand out. So
They're really.
I probably
pretty.
hadn't seen one in, I don't know, 10 years or so. So I did kind of, I know they're around. It just
I
kinda
always
hits
see
me.
them a lot driving the highway from like Derek's Bait Shop on towards Colonial Gardens. There's
Okay.
a lot
Yeah.
that cross right in there.
Yeah, we had some in our yard that actually should get a litter right there. And
Yeah, I had
and that
one.
was about 3 or 4 years ago.
They're so cute.
Mhm.
The little ones.
Yeah, they get to jumping around and attacking each other.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
rambunctious. That's the best word to describe them, rambunctious. But this one here, I think starting to get its winter coat or something. It just really stood out. You can really tell.
Oh yeah, they're getting one good. They're really pretty this time of
Yeah.
year. One of the prettiest fur bearers out there.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
I
At least in our
hear
area,
some,
you
but
know.
I don't see them right now, so. I can't leave my dog out in the backyard for that reason. Because they come around and,
Or depending on how well you like the dog.
well, I understand that, but
Very true.
I've got another party in the house that would not like that to happen to the dogs. Okay. It's time.
All right, I move the county commission, including Chairman Rodriguez, Commissioner Ford, and Commissioner Wells, recess into executive session on a performance matter involving non-elected personnel, an exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act, to protect the privacy of the employee for the purpose of consultation with Clancy Holman, Riley County Counselor, and Rich Vargo, Riley County Clerk. The open meeting to resume in the county commission chamber at 10:05 a.m.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very irritating.
Okay, I move the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session.
All in favor?
Aye.
Move the record reflect action shall be taken consistent with the consensus reached in executive session.
All in favor?
Aye. You know, too, you have to remember, Rich, when everybody wants something from the county. The other agencies, like governmental, and they're quick to act when they want something. But when the shoe's on the other foot, you never hear them. Remember that county put money in, city put money in, state put a lot of money in. We all went up and attended the groundbreaking. They didn't even mention Rock County. They stopped at Mary McCullough and she gave her speech and that was it. Nothing.
Yeah, and they still haven't given any attention at all to Riley County Ambulance. They say they have trained with Riley County Ambulance at NBAF, and Dave says they have not. And so, and they keep telling me, go to the city, we'll go to the city to look at the ambulance service. So, that's been my big complaint with them. County doesn't even count.
Well, it looks like that's the end of the business part of the morning, so I'm gonna go, if there's nothing further, make a motion that we adjourn after the intergovernmental.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sound like a winner to me.
Okay, I'll
be here for the
governmental, gentlemen.
A little bit before noon.
USPS.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll owe you, I don't know what. Cup of coffee. Buy you a free cup of coffee
Okay.
at the next meeting. Alrighty.
Excuse me, Greg, go ahead. Oh, I don't mind.
Marion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you mean? Have a hearing or interpretation of hearing.
Yeah. She may also.
Okay, I'll be back.
Well, that's where I look at the letter, and so, and it was my turn, well, I said, oh my God, damn, they, that's what my idea was, it's a little bad, and it's all around, and we're doing that.
Okay, yeah, you bet. Me as well. Did you want a salad, Clancy?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, you want to top off the coffee or?
No, I'm good, thanks. Thank you.
I'll bring back some more.
Well, in the summer, I got one first hit my end. And, stick back the rocks, flag up. Day after that. And the picture of it on USPS is for delivery, or done again, 46 on my end. So then I will find it. So that's where I'm headed now. Hey, I know what the address is for. Especially with the wolf mail.
I wasn't sure if I did like it, but I'm gonna get, we get everybody out here. Or figure out, everybody I do. So it's just.
Well, that three works there, that's my tenant, so, one day I'll be able to walk, big bundle, over the main. And, 800 amp circle, walk that. So I went down there and had young kid go over there. Do that in one hand.
Yeah.
I said, that's okay, I'm gonna wait that out. You don't walk with the bundle or something about it.
Okay. Yeah. Hoping more people have sense. Ron, you get, that's what, you know how much say.
See you before you leave, after you're done with him.
anticipated grateful victory would be in that big area. And say, let's just say 45 million. Oh, yeah, I see, yeah. Yeah. I can see the city trying. Yeah. But no, I don't trust it. And over the dark, on that over, the light turn over. I think that, well, Saucy's right, I think it's better than I do. And I go on the over. All properties have to go. First floor, yeah, that's a chin of the front. Well, they get enough dollars.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Greg, have a good week. Probably see you Thursday.
Yeah.
back.
Thank you.
New coffee? Doing that new coffee on top of old coffee.
Did you start smoking again?
No.
Oh, that's sad. With your job, I probably would blame you.
Never cigarettes. Never cigarettes.
No?
Former cigars. Expensive ones are good.
Looks like a coffee day.
Yeah, definitely a coffee day. Something one day anyway.
These yours, Rich?
Yeah, they would be. Didn't have them for training. We do training in here.
Hope you don't arrest me for taking your pen.
As long as it's not a good one, you're okay.
I was reading, looking something on Facebook, the new commissioner in some city ended up receiving a petition to change some stuff. And she had it, and then the mayor had her arrested, and this was during the meeting. She had misplaced a government document. Idiocy. She just got elected to the board.
People.
Yep, better stuff.
Hasn't warmed up much outside.
No, it ain't. Part of the problem is that it's a lot of moisture in the air. That makes it colder.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was cold sitting in that tree stand yesterday morning. Well, it was drizzling.
I wasn't cold because I was not on a tree stand. I was looking out the window from the inside.
It wasn't horrible, it was just cool.
Yeah.
I go pretty well prepared. There you go. Looks like soup's on, Marvin.
What's that?
Food's there.
Oh, food's there, okay.
Thanks, Cindy.
Have the deal with the mayor.
that work?
Yeah, much slower process, that's for sure. Big towels or, yeah. Plates, unfortunately.
I'll bring something down. I'll bring some.
Okay, thanks, Clancy. Or.
Yeah, paper towels are just as good.
Boots are gone.
So you have it, and is Tammy gonna be talking about stuff too? Because you're talking about a couple of items in there.
Yeah, the other one is conference center update. And conference and COVID impact on conferences.
Who's got that one?
Chamber.
Amber, okay. You're not for K-State, or are you? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell.
Never in a million years.
What do you think the odds are next week?
3.5 point underdog. Or a 3.5 point underdog.
I like it.
I kind of do too, actually. We put West.
Honestly, we always do have a hard time with West Virginia.
Yep.